Aries, let's jump into it. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What's coming up in terms of love, romance, relationships? Okay, some interesting cards that have come up, but I want to focus on creating a legacy here, which I think is something that some of you will be creating. Ten of Pentacles is all about creating a legacy. It's a card of family, togetherness. It could even symbolize things like new additions to the family and expanding the family through marriages, pregnancies, coupling up and things of that nature here. So I do feel like there's solid foundations that are being built, especially if you're entering into a partnership where you are wanting children and a family. That could definitely be happening. For some of you, you might be introducing a special person to your family and friends. And likewise, they might be introducing you to their circle of friends and family. And for the most part, I feel like you'll both be received quite well here. And that could be that joyous occasion and beautiful connection that has come up with the Three of Cups. It could be more so if you're dealing with an earth sign here, the Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. It can be any sign really, but I do feel for the most part you've got some wonderful things happening here in those areas of your life. Now, there could be a new home or an asset or moving in with someone. It's almost like you're creating a milestone or starting a major milestone in your love life here, Aries. Nine of Pentacles, and you're just going to enjoy every single moment of it. This is really relishing the moment and taking things day by day. Now, there could be someone here who wants to take things day by day with you. Doesn't want to rush too much into the future. There's no card that signifies, like the Three of Wands, for example, which would be that they're thinking about a long-term vision or they're anxious about where this is going. I think there is someone that is wanting direction, but I don't feel like there's much pressure linked to that expectancy or linked to those sorts of conversations which may come up. But I feel for the most part it's more to do with clarity more than anything else. But there is someone who's very much enjoying your company, who feels very happy and free to be around you. They feel very spoiled or very lucky to have you. There might also be moments where you feel this way about someone else, which is very beautiful to see. Page of Wands is here, which could be a fire sign, Aries, Sag, or Leo. Someone who's trying to break down your walls, break down your barriers. Page of Wands is often seen as cheeky and mischievous. Again, Page of Wands has a reputation much like the King of Wands, except he's less experienced. I wouldn't say a player, but I would say someone who is quite charming, someone who's quite aware of the effect they have on men or women. Maybe they're just very free-spirited, quite open-minded, but there could be someone who might be this way, okay? So they're not entirely committed, but they're not entirely broken away, okay? So you might notice these sorts of tendencies. I do want to talk about the Ten of Swords, which can often be seen as an ending or a betrayal. Now, this is air energy with the swords, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're not dealing with an air sign in particular, it could indicate something to do with communication, or someone betrays your trust, maybe tells something very intimate about you to another person, maybe something that they say or communicate to you, or the attitude they exhibit could be somewhat hurtful, in a sense where you might feel betrayed, or you might feel someone has trespassed, gone too far. So, and maybe that's why that Five of Pentacles is coming up, because this essentially, the undertone of this card is feeling closed off, feeling lost, feeling neglected, feeling depleted, feeling like your energy is sucked away from you and you've got no more to give. You're not in a position to give. Maybe there is someone here that's demanding a lot from you. Maybe they're exhausting you in some ways. Maybe this is how you're coming across to someone else. Look, I don't want to really pigeonhole these cards to signs. If we read it as in general, there is some tensions that will be caused because the moon is here, which is anxiousness. And remember, the animals are very primitive and protective. So things could blow up a little bit. Things could come to the surface this month in relationships. Five of Pentacles, someone is not getting what they want, not getting their way. not getting the treatment that they want or they believe they're deserving of. Maybe this is the way you might feel about someone you're romantically involved with. And maybe this is where you need to ask the questions. Someone could still be hurting here, and I did mention the past, okay, past attachments resurfacing again because something that you thought was over really isn't. Someone is still hurting, someone is still living through the pain, someone is still trying to heal, or they're still feeling hurt. And if this is not another person, then it might be you, Aries. You might be feeling like you're still reliving the pain, you're still suffering the consequences, you're still healing. And maybe there's a message here, you need to take it day by day. Maybe family and friends will uplift you in a way to help you deal with these issues or emotional disturbances. But there is somewhat a disturbance in the force here in terms of relationships, I feel. But what I do want to say is that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. The darkness is lifted and there's a new dawn, so a new beginning. Especially for those that are in foreign connections like online loves, long distance connections, someone who lives further away temporarily or currently. There could be tensions. But we have to remember we shed old layers. When an old way of ourselves dies, an outdated mode of thinking, behavioral patterns, we welcome in a new dawn, a new beginning. And it almost resembles the sun here, that large looming pentacle. So maybe this is the sun shining and guiding you to where you need to be, Aries. Let's move on to your career, business, finance, creative pursuits and see what comes up. Which cards want to pop out and say hello for you in these areas of your life? Wow, this is powerful. 2 aces and an ace in your career. Definitely new chapters in terms of career. New beginning. You've come into your power here, which is absolutely fantastic. You've come up as the magician. For those that want to start something independent, freelancing work, branching out on your own, creating a role for yourself, becoming more creative or responsible for your own workload, there is that happening. Because the magician looks to himself for answers, for direction, for talent. So I feel like you'll really be doing a bit of soul searching here, Aries. But at the same time, I feel a lot of you are going to be coming into a role where you've got more autonomy. You've got more privacy. You can set your own hours, set your own workload. There's a lot more responsibility that will fall on you. And I don't know if that's because you're creating a self-business, a self-funding project, but that could definitely be the case. There's money around this opportunity. It's right next to the King of Pentacles. You've got that Ace and 7 of Pentacles. This is a very lucrative venture. So for those that have marvelous ideas and inspiration that has come to you, has resurfaced maybe from the past, you might be sharing these ideas and you might be receiving some sort of acknowledgement, incentive, bonuses because of that idea. The King of Pentacles is also a very influential figure, quite affluent. So for some of you, this could be a client that's coming on board who's very well connected, has a bit of money to spend. You might be merging companies. Okay, the Justice card is here, which can often point to unions. And the 2 aces, 2 opportunities coming in together. So contracts are coming in, legalities, paperwork, signing, deeds to homes, deeds to assets and things like that are coming up around you. Government documentation, absolutely. Justice card could be the laws of justice, anything to do with taxes, government, business registries, all that sort of thing. All those sorts of things might need to be finalized. King of Pentacles can also represent an asset, a new office, a new cubicle, a new franchise, a new studio, a living space, a working space, absolutely. King of Pentacles is also very deeply rooted in his career. So for those that are embarking on a new chapter, you will lay down roots fairly quickly. You'll get yourself established fairly quickly. And there's a possibility for you to move up to management and become a senior presence in the company or in the business. The 7 of Pentacles is here is analytics and contemplation, looking at how far you've come, overlooking finances, restructuring budgets, looking intently at things, looking at how far you've come, what you can do differently. There's new people coming in around you, new opportunities, new goods, services you could add to a business venture, new ideas. Aces bring new chapters. The Seven of Pentacles is a lot of focus on career though, Aries. A lot of your attention and energy is going towards money-making opportunities. Your relationship to money is going to change. It's going to be different. Maybe you're going to consult someone who's very experienced with money and assets and finances. An accountant, for example, an estate agent, a financial consultant, and a broker. So these sorts of things could be coming up around you. You do have the Justice card, which is, as I said, legalities. It could be indicating some sort of union here. Some of you might join finances with a loved one, for example. You might go half-half in purchasing a property. You might be investing into something with other people. You might be investing maybe with, deposits, government agencies, charities. It could really be a lot of things. But with the Justice card, I feel like justice is being served to you. Justice can also be about karma. Karma in career, creative pursuits, but it's something you're entitled to. I almost feel like for some of you, someone is intervening on your behalf. It could be like legal representation. It could be someone that's going to back you. It could be someone that's a witness to something. It could be someone that wants to help your cause in some way. But I really feel like you're going to be leading something. The Magician is the leader. He's a trendsetter. So you're setting a trend, maybe for something you've wanted in the workplace, maybe for a business, maybe in the market, setting a trend in the market. But it's going to be you that pioneers this, Aries. The power, the residual power is within you. Could also be a fellow Aries, Taurus, Libra, Cancer that comes up around you in terms of career or creative pursuits. I will leave your reading at that though, Aries, so I do want to thank you again for watching.